Never let them know your next move.
What's going on with y'all, big dog? And it is an amazing day for Yu-Gi-Oh! I hope that your day is going phenomenal, but if it isn't, don't let what happened at the beginning of your day ruin the rest of your day. And speaking of days, it is Update Monday! It has been 11 months of kicking rheumatoid arthritis' ass. Dog, we are so close to that 1 year benchmark. Oh man, we gotta do something special for that. One thing that I do want to talk about for today's Update Monday is patience. Sometimes things don't happen exactly when you want them, but understand the universe works in its own way. The only thing you can do is take control of what you have in front of your face right now. As I've gotten older, I actually learned a lot of things about patience. I've learned peace and tranquility. I've learned when to strike when it is most important, just like how we're going to be talking about how Dimension Force is going to strike upon the meta. And with patience, we'll be able to see how this meta grows even without the Forbidden List. So today we're going to be worrying about what the meta will most likely look like, not only for this weekend major events that are happening, but also more than likely YCS Hartford. The Dimension Force set is looking to have a huge impact on the meta, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 strategies going into the Dimension Force format and how it will impact and shape our meta. So without further ado, let's jump on in. So, King Cali has figured out how to beat my birds. Not only does the Dimension Force set give more zombie support, more minions to a pathetic king like that, players have also figured out that Branded Fusion allows you to send Necro World Banshee to activate Zombie World. This isn't good for Fluendaries. Now I don't think that will prevent Fluendaries from topping events, but that definitely is a monkey wrench into the equation. Fortunately enough, not only have I teamed up with Theater Cali, I also wanted to ask, how's Squamata doing? Now we move to part 2. I decided to take regular Cali to the back and talk to him for a little bit, because his meta tier list post-Dimension Force was a little disrespectful. Invoked is not a tier 2 strategy. In fact, because of Dimension Force, it's a top 5 strategy. Not only does the new Alba Dragon allow you to search fusion cards like Branded Fusion and Fusion Destiny, giving you 1-card engines inside of your Invoke strategy, the Dogmatica package helps you filter that card to the graveyard through Nadir's Servant, while Dogmatica Ecclesia not only allows you to search for cards that allow you to disrupt your opponent, but also is a free special summon and a light monster, fulfilling the conditions of both Branded Fusion and Invocation. And one thing that you're going to need at the start of this format is versatility. That's exactly what this strategy has. Being able to be on the duality to play the Shadal engine and make Shadal Winda in a special summon heavy format, but also being able to take advantage to what Theater Cali has brought to the table. This is good. Strictly because of 1 card in Dimension Force though, Shadals and Invoked get a huge boost that definitely put them in the top 5 category. If you ask me, you don't want to ask anybody else. Calidodon and Squamata are very convincing. In a format where new strategies are introduced and supported inside of Dimension Force, then definitely Invoked can be a top strategy. Yeah. In all seriousness, Dimension Force does shed a lot of light on Invoked, but a strategy that doesn't necessarily need light to be considered as one of the best decks inside of the format is Sword Soul. Sword Soul got better easily as the format progressed. Players started to move away from the Scythe Lock, and now we're moving away from hand traps. This allows Sword Soul to be able to make all of its combos almost uninterrupted. 2 of the best hand traps in Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring and Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion really don't affect Sword Soul as hard as some of the other hand traps can. This allows them to be able to make 1-card Shi-Shaos, which gets them a search in Sword Soul Blackout, or an extender in Sword Soul Long Yuan, to be able to make either Baron de Fleur or their powerful Sword Soul Synchro monsters. Both of them are extremely good. There's also the background plays and sometimes the foreground plays of the Tingy monsters, Vishuda allowing you to take care of monsters like Mirror Jade with ease, bouncing their only monsters so they won't be able to use Branded in red or have to preemptively use it early. And both the Tingy monsters in Adara and Ashuna being able to special summon themselves to the side of the field make Hockley Fibrix fairly easily, or be able to make Boxia to be able to break your opponent's boards all the way up into your Xiao Fang, preventing the light effect monsters from being activated. Sword Soul has the versatility that a lot of strategies wish they could have in order to stay competitive. This is easily going to be one of the better decks for the next upcoming year. But Dimension Force definitely has its impact, and it has to come with a deck that I genuinely feel will be top 5. Therions will make a huge impact on this meta one way or another. There's so many different ways to be able to play Therion, and I think that that versatility is very much cherished inside of this format. Therions can be a plant deck incorporating either the Sunvaline or Predaplants, sometimes even both. But the biggest card that you need to watch out for is Therion King Regulex. Providing a free disruption to the side of the field, all you have to do is equip a Therion or Machine Monster to it. Pfft, easy. Therion Borea happens to be a plant monster that can search you Therion cards. Let's also not forget about the other Therion monsters in Therion Bull and Leaper. These two cards provide excellent sources of disruption, but even when they're not face up on the field as monsters, keep in mind, when Therion monsters are equipped to Therion monsters, they gain the equipped monsters effect. So essentially any Therion monster that you summon to your side of the field can be any other Therion monster as well as itself. This gives the deck the versatility to be played in a myriad of other decks, like Punk, like Plants, and like Earth Machine to name a few, but also gives it the ability to be its own entire deck and very scary on its own. You can almost say that I theorize that Therion will not only be one of the best decks in the format as a pure deck, it will also be able to infect the minds of other players that are playing other strategies to allow them to theorize to another level. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. You know, Conspiracy Cali actually does say a lot of truth in it. And so does Cali the Don. I think that both of them have a really good theory. Dimension Force not only opens up the avenues for so many different decks to be able to compete, you'll have to challenge those top 5s. Now this spot was actually originally for Eldritch, like how Fluunderies was originally Cali the Don's pick, but I'm actually gonna go far left because this strategy actually gets way better for Dimension Force. I'm putting Sky Strikers into the top 5 category for a few reasons. Sky Strikers actually have one of the best branded Despia matches available. Not only can Sky Striker Widow Anchor negate Mirror Jade when it wants to banish, it can take control of it. Oftentimes a branded Despia player, that's their only monster as they don't want to lose to super polymerization. Well, you also in the process turn off their branded in red. But let's say if your opponent wasn't going for a huge Guardian Chimera play to destroy your face down Sky Striker spell cards before you can use them, you can still use Sky Striker Shark Cannon to be able to banish whatever they use for branded in red, so it will resolve without an effect. And you can also use Shark Cannon to be able to special summon your opponent's Albaz to your side of the field when they fusion summon into Lubellion, meaning that if they don't have another Albaz in hand, well, you ain't gonna be able to make much else, are you? Those two things alone make Sky Strikers a deadly contender inside of the format. But another thing I want to add is that going second spell cards are some of the best cards in the game right now. Lightning Storm and Forbidden Droplet, Triple Tactics Talent, all of these cards are extremely good in the format, and they all just so happen to be Sky Striker spell cards. Wait, they don't say Sky Striker spell cards? Could have fooled me. I mean, Sky Striker spell cards gain their second effect when spell cards are in the graveyard. Sky Strikers also get Therion King Regulex, allowing you to equip Sky Striker Link cards to himself. He gets himself off the field too, so you can activate your Sky Striker spell card. All right, yep. Sky Strikers are good right now, aren't they? With all the consistent tops that Sky Strikers have been getting over the course of the format, it's easy to say that it's tier 1. Dimension Force just might put it in the category of top tier. And last, it actually probably should have been first. You should already know that this strategy has been the best for a while. Branded Despia is easily the best strategy in Yu-Gi-Oh! And because of Dimension Force, it just got stronger. The new Alba Dragon is natural for the Despia archetype. Not only does it fetch Banded Infusion from the deck to the hand, we actually do play Polymerization with the Fluffu engine. But no, it gets a little worse. The new card in Branded Punishment is not only searchable by Alubra, Jester of Despia, it can allow us to fusion summon from the graveyard and then fusion summon with our opponent's monsters. There are so many strategies in Yu-Gi-Oh! That must come to me, Theater Cali, in order for their decks to prosper. Not only will we have to say, how does RN Cali say, the game on lock. The new support from Dimension Force pushes us further up the ladder, meaning that every strategy must look up to us for competitive relevancy. Now, of course, some things have changed about the meta, but this is unquestionably the best strategy in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I suggest that you fall in line or fall off the stage. And that is all that I have for today's video. If you wanted to see deck descriptions to be able to help you on your journey to build these decks, well, you're in luck for my Patreon faithful. I've decided to actually put those out there for a sneak peek. Also, if you want to see more amazing content, you can check out these videos. And if you want to see Master Duel content, well, there's Master Duel Cali. And I should be streaming today at about 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'll catch you on the next one.